emotions and
Oh my
how
God.
you've been feeling at every step of the way. I just want to actually walk through the
Yeah.
process of your everyday journey and just give us a little bit of background about,
Sure.
your mom. You're
Yeah.
a mom of three, so life has its way of throwing things at you that, you
I'm a
have to
very
still
busy,
keep
yeah,
that mom demeanor without, being nervous
yeah,
and
without
having
breaking down.
anxiety. Absolutely. So
Right.
kind of walk us
So,
through a day.
so for me, I never used to feel anxious when I go to work, but I feel anxious all the time now. You get to work, and anyone who works in a hospital, even down to the person who's just mopping the floor, we're anxious 24/7, even when we get home. So as soon as I wake up, I just take my shower. I start my tea because I'm drinking ginger and turmeric and taking vitamin C, another multivitamin because I don't want like I'm trying to build my own immune system because if I get this, well, I will let you know I am positive with COVID now. I'm in quarantine in
So
my
this
room,
is an
can't do anything.
exclusive. This
Yes.
is exclusively coming from someone who is fully positive for
Yeah.
COVID-19 and living in the moment.
Right.
So continue
So
to
for
walk us
me,
through.
I wake up, do my vitamins, take my shower, get on this disgusting train because I don't have a car, which for me, where I live at, doesn't make sense to get a car anyway.
Mhm.
So the trains already is one thing on its own. Its own other little. I can't even deal with it.
I mean, can you give us like a little bit
The
of
trains
an
are
insight?
disgusting.
Because I
They're
know that
disgusting.
they're starting to make that transition of
Yeah.
kind of capping it off at the nighttime and not being
Yeah.
having the MTA running at night. So I've heard that this is
That
something that they're trying
4 hour
to.
difference, I feel like will make such a huge difference if they're actually using those 4 hours to sanitize and clean. But the trains are overrun with homeless, mentally ill people. So not only are we trying to get to work as people who need to be at work every day, but now we're fighting with mentally ill, homeless people who legit have nowhere else to go. So you can't even be upset because they have nowhere to quarantine. They have nowhere to go because the homes where they would be quarantined are probably already full. And if there is space, they're probably checking their temperatures because you don't want someone who's been out in the street sleeping on the train coming in and they could possibly have COVID and now spread it to the other population that's been in this homeless shelter. So it's
Kind
like
of
a,
like similar to like a psych ward,
right,
your psych ward slash shelter
right,
slash
exactly. These places
rehabilitation
are full.
center all in one on the
Yeah,
subway system right now.
right. That's everything in the subway. So now I have to fight with in the subway for that. So I'm just not even at work yet. I'm just scared on the train at this point. And the trains they run on a very skeletal system. So if the train says 25 minutes and we're supposed to all be social distancing, the platform is crowded with people who also need to get on this train and need to get up. So now we're all scared we could possibly give it to someone else or someone might give it to us because we're on this packed train while trying to social distance. People don't even want to sit.
I mean, how can I ask you just a little question? Because I know I'm like probably reaching a little bit because social
No, no, go
media
ahead.
kind of puts on things a little bit more. But I've noticed like there was this video that I watched a few days ago, and I was praying that this is something that happened prior to when the spread happened. But I saw a whole physical fight going on the
Oh
train,
yeah,
like somebody
that
like
happens.
literally punching, like
Yeah,
fighting
I
on the
saw that
train.
video. That happens.
Okay.
That
Because I
happens.
really honestly, I haven't been outside, so I'm
Yeah.
not aware as to how many people are physically still out on the street,
Yes.
not social distancing themselves, and
No.
still out there just commuting, no mask, some with masks,
Right. Right.
kind
It's
of
very
like.
scary. It's very scary. And again, these homeless people, and that video was not even homeless people. That video was two people probably not social distancing because now everyone is the social distance police. And I get it. We all want to be safe. So what happens is someone will be too close and then you have the other person like social distancing and all of a sudden, and we're New Yorkers, we're not going to shut up about anything.
Absolutely.
So we're not going to shut up about anything. You feel someone is in your space. We don't like anyone in our space, period. So now with social distancing, that gives us more of a reason to feel like I'm going to take my space back.
Remember back in the days when we had to put our hands out in gym
Right.
class, and that was your space
That
between
was your
you
space.
and the next person next to
My
you.
son
Like,
does this. My 7-year-old is like, Mom,
this is three,
arm
this is
distance.
three.
Right.
Six.
That's where we need to
Stay
go.
away.
Stay away.
So I get it. But
I'm not
so
even
now
at work at this point. I'm just scared now on the train.
so
Now when
wait,
I get to work,
we haven't even gotten to
right,
your
I'm just
job
on the
yet.
train
We're
scared.
still on the
Right.
train right
So
now.
I'm already putting myself in, anyone who has to take the train, we're already putting ourselves in the,
In
in the
harm's way,
face of
pretty much, and
COVID because
exposing yourself.
we don't know when these trains are clean. We have to try to hold on to something. And I'm not going to lie, people holding on with gloves annoys me. I literally saw someone with gloves and he's sitting there with his partner. His partner lays on his lap and he's like this, petting his partner's back. And I'm like, what's the point of the glove then? You're literally just corona all over. So, it's horrible.
This is and you know what? It's so unfortunate. And I have some people down here that's chiming in.
Yeah.
Someone XOX Charms. She said someone decided to smoke a cigarette at 7
Yeah.
a.m. on the
Yeah.
train.
Because they know
That
no one's
is
going to stop them.
absurd.
They're mentally ill. No one is going to stop them. Police don't want to get too close to you either. I did a little clearing of a throat, and the cop was like, whoa, whoa, whoa. Meanwhile,
Okay.
there's somebody up the
Right there,
platform
full blown smoking a
yelling because
cigarette.
he's mentally ill, but you're telling me about my cough. I'm like, whoa, 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 go that side, buddy.
That's
But
insane.
then when we get to work, we're sanitizing. We're like making sure, like, are we sick? Should we
So
take our
how is that
temperature?
procedure? Because Tanika in the
Yeah.
last live, she
So
let
for
us know that they
me,
had to like a whole process of going
right.
through the hospital.
So for me, because I'm support services, I'm not exactly face to face with a patient.
So sorry,
Woo.
guys. We
So where
lost.
I would be is
I'm back.
in my clean supply closet. So a clean supply closet holds anything that the nurses are going to need to care for these patients. My clean supply closet holds my PPE supplies. It holds needles. It holds vital solutions for the patient. It can hold even the Band-Aids. Anything that they're going to need to take care of this patient is in your clean supply room. Me and my staff, we stock that room. We make sure everything has to be fully stocked. If I don't have a solution for a patient stocked in that closet, that nurse can't care for that patient. And that's one of the anxieties that we have because we need so much more supplies than what we used to go through. Let's say if I had one unit that would just go through maybe 2 cases of just normal saline a day, now with this new pandemic, they're going through, it jumps up to 8. And that's for the whole hospital. That's not even just for the one unit. The whole hospital is increased their supply intake way, I would say at least by 100%.
So we're gonna look. I'm gonna throw the fishing rod and I'm gonna reel you back in because right
Yeah,
now you are
yeah,
not at work and I don't want that
right,
anxiety on you and we don't want to put that pressure on you. We
right,
will talk about that a little later, but we
yeah.
want to get into and the viewers want to know how are you feeling and
Right
walk us through the
now,
process of how you found
quarantine,
out and
yeah,
quarantine life and just
yeah,
kind of give us that step by step. Hi everyone who just tuned in. Thank you for watching. Thank you for tuning
yes.
in. We have Jannell here and she's sharing her views and her story from
Yes.
her point of view and we're so thankful to have you tonight. So just take it away.
So for me, it's well, when I found out, again, like Tanisha stated last week, they really don't want to test the employees. But I'm kind of grateful because my facility, if you say that you have these symptoms, they're going to test you. So I got my test. And again, I'm very grateful. My health system, we have a lot of different sites throughout the 5 boroughs. So they tested me literally the next day on a Friday, 9 a.m., not even the whole 24 hours passed. And they're like, Miss, you're positive for COVID. I went, no, you're lying. Like people who have COVID have fevers. They can't breathe. I'm fine. They're like, no, you're positive. You have a cough. And my symptoms only were that I have a cough and I could not smell. That was it.
So you had something totally different than the
Totally
breathing,
different. I was
than the
breathing.
fever.
I had no fever. I started only developing a slight fever, but that was during my quarantine, not before, not when I was at work. I started developing body aches during my quarantine, not while I was at work. So I feel like if I didn't know, I probably would have went to work. But once I noticed I was coughing, I said I'm gonna keep my mask on more often than I usually do, because before I was coughing, I would try to take a break in my office because the mask hurts you, it bothers you, your skin will break out, and like she said, like you'll get a headache from wearing that mask and breathing that your own air all day, every day.
Now,
So
you
I
were
would try to
saying
take breaks.
your cough,
Right.
how intense was it before someone noticed, or did you feel like it was just a natural cough, like just regular? How
Originally,
intense was that cough?
now with Corona, as soon as I had the cough, I did a little clearing of my throat, and I said, did I just clear my throat, or do I have a cough? Because now you're second guessing everything about your whole life. You're second guessing, like, is this a cough? Is this dust? Am I sick? Am I dying? What the hell is going on? So you don't know. But when I noticed I couldn't smell is when I was cooking. So I would just keep my mask on because I have this cough. I didn't know what the cough was. So when I would get home, I would still try to leave my mask on because I have the 3 kids. My son is asthmatic. So I'm like, I don't want to take the chance of giving them anything, even though I don't know if it's
Absolutely.
positive yet. I don't
And
want to take a
someone
chance
just
yet.
asked, they just asked, was it because of the cough you
The
decided to get
smell.
tested? It was the smell for you.
Yeah,
Okay.
that scared me. That is what scared me. Because I was thinking maybe my cough is because I do have seasonal allergies, and I was in a lot of dusty areas, and I generally usually have a small cough anyway throughout the year, just because of my allergies and how I work. I work in a dusty dock, and we're like picking up packages for the whole hospital all the time. So I always have a little small cough. What scared me was when I was cooking and my daughter goes, "Oh, the beans smell really good." And I went, "Oh, I can't tell." And then I said, "Oh, wait, I can't tell."
Like,
So
how bad was that? No, my thing
that
is,
you
like,
don't
on a
smell
scale from 1 to
anything.
10, or you just don't smell nothing. Like, you
You
could
don't
breathe,
smell
but you just have
anything.
no sense of
You
smell.
can breathe. Nothing is stuffy for me. Again, my COVID diagnosis is way different from most of the people who are dealing with it, and I'm very grateful for that. I'm on the whole other side of the spectrum. I pray to God I don't get what they're experiencing. I don't want to take for granted what I'm experiencing either, but I don't want to get to that other side of the spectrum either. But
Absolutely.
that part, when I could not smell the beans that usually smells the whole house up,
And
I
trust me,
said,
I know you
oh,
throw it down in the kitchen, girl, so I know
so
them
I
beans are smelling
went,
good.
oh my God, I can't smell my beans.
and
Not
and that's
believing it.
something that you could
And
probably
that
smell
scared
down the
me.
block. So I
Right,
know if you couldn't
right.
smell it in your house, that was a problem for you.
That was a problem for me. Like, and I'm thinking, oh my God. And I could still kind of taste, but once I got that, I said, oh, so this really could be a COVID cough. Oh my God. So I saw a colleague at work and he noticed the cough and he's like, oh, so you still have this cough? And I said, yeah, but now I can't smell. Like, now I'm kind of nervous. And he's like, okay, we're going to test you. So they tested me that same day, thankfully, thank God. And then that next morning is when I got the result that I'm positive. I need to be quarantined right away. So I went,
So
are we sure? But I feel fine. I could just leave my mask on. And they're like, no, you need to go
go
home.
home.
Right,
Go
go
home.
home.
And that's why, guys, you need to stay home, okay?
Right. I think
So
everything happens for a reason. I'm not saying
it
COVID
does.
happened to me for a reason, but we're doing a lot of stuff at work. We're all moving like 100 miles an hour now because again, we don't want a unit to not have something. We don't want the hospital to be without one thing because God forbid we don't have it. That could be a patient that's expired because we don't have it. So we did not. And the cough, once I had the no smell, I just connected them and I said, oh my God, I think I have corona. So
No,
that was kind of
but that's
scary.
probably the most, and that right there connected to your mind. As soon as you said it, I'm pretty sure you just like
Yeah.
freaked out.
Yeah.
But
I
at
write
the
everything
job,
down. Oh my gosh. It was crazy.
how much exposure do you really feel like you've had? Because one thing I'd like to ask people as
Yeah.
well is, do you, like, now that you have you recalled the moment in your mind where you felt like you probably exposed yourself to it, or saw,
For
where it
me,
could
I
have
think it was
transpired?
I think honestly, I feel like I got it from the trains because at work, I'm very careful. I'm sanitizing every time I leave a floor. I keep my N95 on almost all day except for when I'm in my private office.
Hmm.
So for me, I feel like I got it from the train because I'm not going to lie. When I'm on my way home because this mask bothers me, sometimes I'm not going to wear a mask on my way home. So I probably could I could have gotten it from the train. Even though I'm social distancing, I'm trying not to touch anything, but people are around. If you sit, people are around you. The cough, the train is, the doors are closed. They could have coughed on the way passing me, so they could go social distancing. You don't know. And for me, it makes it more scary because I'm positive right now. Until I go back to work on Monday, I'm gonna get retested just to make sure that my paperwork says negative. But for me, I was one of those asymptomatic people that, God forbid, if I didn't take notice of my own cough and say to myself, no, I'm gonna wear this N95, you could definitely possibly pass it along and not even know it.
Absolutely. Can you walk me through the testing that you're going through on Monday?
So it's gonna be a nasopharynx testing. It's the worst feeling in the world to get that test. They literally go like up here on you with these tubes, and they have to do both nostrils.
Oh.
It's horrible.
Okay, on this pain scale, 1 to 10, like where are we? Are
It's
we?
not painful. It's more like a weird. It's more like a weird tingly, rashy sensation, like an eczema thing. Like you just want to scratch your skin off right here.
You know
And
when
I was
you
just like,
sneeze and it like itches right in there, but you can't catch it?
right,
Is it like that type of feeling, or does it
times
feel?
10. Times 10 is that feeling that you get right there, times 10.
Okay, so there's another question that we're being asked, and thank you, Charms. Can you just put your first name because I really don't want to call you
That's
by your
Charmaine. Hi,
Instagram.
Charmaine.
Oh, okay. So Charms is here, and she's asking, wait,
Yes,
so
I'm
you
gonna
get
get
tested
tested right
first
away.
and
I
then
go
go to
to
work?
Yeah, so I'm gonna go to one of the clinics first that we have. We have several different clinics in my facility. So I'll just go to that clinic, let them know that I'm being cleared for work, and I just tell them that I want to get tested one more time, and they'll just do it right there for me. So I'm very happy and grateful that my facility does do that, and that's now the system is starting to do it more across the board because they do want their frontline workers to feel like we're being safe. You don't want to go to work and feel like, well, the patients are being saved, but I'm here every day. I'm literally touching the COVID patient, and then nobody cares about what we're doing.
Mm-hmm.
So they're definitely reaching out more, testing us more, digital thermometers, making sure we're like taking our temperatures, things like that.
We want to just shout out like everybody who's sending in their love. We have some people that just joined. I have my girl Pizza Gay in the building. She says, "Feel better, hun." Thank you
Thank you.
so much for your love and support, everyone. Um, I want to just ask you to walk us through quarantine life
Oh
and
my
being a
God.
mom and how things have been working for you at home. I
Oh my
know
goodness.
it's
So,
definitely hectic, and if
yeah,
the anxiety from the train to the job is giving you
right,
that much, I can only imagine how much
right.
cleanlier and things that you're doing at home to try to keep things
Exactly. So
intact.
at home, I have masks. Thank goodness. I have N95 masks for the kids. A box for each. I'm lucky that way. Thankfully, I was able
Thank
to
God.
procure some. We also have just regular surgical masks that the girls can go outside. We have 3 kids, 2 teenagers, and my 7-year-old, my 7-year-old boy. So now that I've been in quarantine, what happens is my room is completely like sealed. I can't, there's no air coming out my room. I have my window open so I could get some kind of constant air.
That's
I
right.
also have at night, I put on my humidifier, try to clean this air out. I don't know, it's just, I think maybe it's mental, but I just don't want anything leaving this room. And when I leave the room, I sanitize, I put on my mask, and I go to the kitchen. Kids are not allowed to be in the kitchen when I'm in the kitchen. They're
Got
not
it.
allowed to be in there. You
That's the
either
number
go back
one
to your
rule.
room or you need to go to the living room because I can't, you know, God forbid if I forget to sanitize and I'm like, hey, babe. And no, I just can't. My son has asthma. It scares the crap out. Just regular asthma scares the crap out of me. So now if I'm walking around with COVID and he has asthma, I'm already more
Extra
scared.
precautious, absolutely.
Right. After I touch everything, I have bleach wipes and I have peroxide wipes. We have like alcohol based things here too. So I wipe my stove down. I'm wiping the kitchen down. If I use the bathroom, the toilet gets wiped down. If I'm in the shower gets sprayed. Sink gets wiped down. Doorknobs get wiped down. Once I tell the kids I'm going to bed, the girls will usually do another wipe down just in case. So they
So
just,
that,
for
like,
themselves,
honestly, that cleaning routine sounds like literally
it
like
is the
similar
word.
to OCD. Like, you literally
Yeah,
have to, you're touching it, you're wiping it off. You're wiping
yeah,
it off, you're wiping
yeah.
this off, everything, and you don't
I'm
want to
eating
miss
out
a
of paper
place.
plates. I eat out of paper plates. I use, paper spoons and forks and cups because I don't want them to touch my dish. So if I use the pot, I'm gonna wash my pot. I'm gonna make sure I'm using enough soap, wash the entire pot. Hey Nika,
Hey, Nika. Hi, baby.
washing the entire pot, and then putting it back. I don't want them touching anything that I touch. I don't even want you using the cup that I touched. So everything I use, it's disposable. Or if
And
I'm
this is
cooking for
in
myself, it goes
agreeing
in the garbage.
from one sister to the next. Nika just said to us, yep, it takes 30 minutes for me to really get into my house.
You see,
So,
she's not lying.
and just
You
from a
and then
process,
on
like,
after work, for me after work, this is even before quarantine. For me to even get in the house, I would sanitize first, and then I go straight to the bathroom. The kids don't even look at me until I come out the shower. I go straight to the bathroom, put my clothes in the bag, get in the shower, do everything, and then I come out and greet the kids. My coat is not even allowed to be
and
in
the
the
fact
room.
that you have been working all day long, the
Yep.
first thing you want to do is come and greet your
You want
babies,
to take
and
it
you
off
want to
of you.
hug your babies.
Yes.
But at this point in time, you feel so disgusted with
Yeah.
everything that you
Right.
just want to cleanse yourself to even
Yep.
purify yourself enough to be loving on your babies.
Exactly. Yeah, because you feel like you want to wash corona off of you. You literally feel like when you go outside, I don't know if anybody else feels this way. I know when I see outside, just because I knew I was asymptomatic, I think it's a little bit more anxiety because I'm like, they could be asymptomatic. They could be asymptomatic. This person might have COVID and they don't know it because I didn't know it. So for me, it's like even worse. So even now, I didn't work in,
Work in COVID City.
really, she's not lying. We work in COVID City. Like you feel like everyone, especially when we work in a facility the way that we do, you feel like everyone, because even our own colleagues will one day we're working with them, everything is fine, we're joking, we just had lunch, and then next thing you know, they were in the ED that same day. Thankfully, I personally have not lost a colleague due to corona, but and thank God, knock on wood, but I do have colleagues who were sick, and I was just with you. So to me, that's kind of like it's scary.
Alarming.
Like,
Yeah,
what if I
absolutely.
wasn't with you? I'm sick. Even my colleagues are texting me like, "You're missed. Can't wait." I'm like, I can't wait either. I want to get back into it because once you're in that hustle and bustle and you feel like what you do matters, you want to go back to it. And right
we
now, it's like,
we salute you because the fact that you have that strength and that faith, and you want to continue to be on your
yeah,
mission
you're
to
helping
saving
people.
lives. You found your purpose in life. You know
Yeah.
that nothing, not even a COVID-19, can hold you
Oh,
back
thank God.
from
Thank
being the
God.
superwoman that you are. And we
Thank
are
goodness.
so grateful for that. And the fact that you even shared your journey.
I'm
I want
excited. Look, I didn't even cough this whole time. I'm super
no,
excited about that.
that so look, we're progressing here. So everybody that's been asking about Nellie's, and I call her Nellie, but Jannell's, her healing process and how she's recovering. We
Yeah.
want to actually, like, what vital things do you feel like essentials does your
Essentials in your
household need
house.
to have, like, as
Oh
far
my
as cleaning
goodness.
products and as far as health products to kind of balance that immune system and help you in some
Right.
form of way to
Because I
keep
know for
yourself strong?
me, oh, you see, I jinxed myself. I just coughed. So
We ain't gonna speak it into existence. It's
we're
gone.
not talking
Bygone.
about it. So for me, I try to get cleaners because I know working in hospital, bleach doesn't always kill everything. So you want to try to get something that's like alcohol based. So I have alcohol in the house. Like I'm just used to, I think working in the hospital, you're just used to always having alcohol. So I would put alcohol in the spray bottle and wipe stuff down. I have bleach wipes. I have my Lysol 24/7. I didn't go crazy looking for Lysol because I already live in Lysol. So one of those people like I'm good to go. So for that we have that. Usually we always have gloves in this house, and I would always advise anybody. I preach this to every single person that I know. There's no rule book on how to get over corona. You're not gonna get COVID and say, oh, well, step one is this, and step two is this, and then once you're done with that, you'll be COVID free. That's not how that works. How it works is you need to build your body because the only thing that's going to help you is you. If you go to the hospital, that's already a bad sign. If you feel like you need to go to the hospital, I will always tell everyone, go to the hospital. You don't want to take that chance and try to cure yourself of not breathing when you could be in the hospital with experts that can help you. But if you can try to do something before you even get sick, like help your own body, then that's what you should do. You should take your multivitamins. You should take your vitamin C, build your immune system,
E
help your
in the comments. We see vitamin C and T in the comments.
Yep.
So
You want to take all that stuff because that's what's going to help you. That's what's going to help you heal. Even in the hospital setting, your body, your strength of your body and your immune system is going to help you heal. Not, with all that stuff is aiding you. The ventilators are aiding you. The oxygen they give you is aiding you. It's helping you, trying to give you more strength. So the more strength you have within yourself, as far as taking these vitamins and this immune, take other vitamins too. That's going to help you absorb these
zinc,
vitamins
garlic
correctly.
pills. These are a
Yeah.
few other things that people are saying.
Yep.
Drink your tea, ginger, turmeric.
Yep.
Thank you
And
for
that's what I
everybody that's
do every
chiming in.
morning. I
I
take
have
my pills in the morning. I take other pills that help me absorb these pills properly because I want to take every kind of mineral and vitamin that's going to help me from the inside out. That's what's going to help anybody, God forbid, if you get sick, even just with the flu. Just like with the flu doesn't affect everyone the same way. It affects everyone based on your immune system. So if you're not helping yourself, how do you expect to get over the flu fast?
all
You
the
want to take
immune
immune
boosters.
boosters and you want to take anything that's going to help you absorb those boosters.
Got it.
And Dika's right. You want to stay hydrated because
Stay
once
hydrated.
you feel
Matcha green
dry,
tea.
girl, you already know. There's a lot of things that will help. I know for me, my humidifier helps me. I take during this quarantine, I took super, super steam showers. And steam showers is something I definitely heavily believe in because again, my son with his asthma, when he feels like he can't breathe or he's like, Mommy, it's too much. I shove him in that steam shower. I don't always run to my asthma pump for him because I want him to learn how to do things naturally. So I'm like,
Mine.
if you don't feel well, I teach him how to breathe properly until he gets to his shower. Then he gets his asthma pump sometimes in the shower. But I heavily believe in steam showers. I have bath salt that smells like eucalyptus, and my steam will smell like a room of bitch. I do
Get into
not
the
care.
sauna.
I can breathe, and I know my system is getting cleared out. I love my humidifier. I live on my humidifier. I have eucalyptus in there too. My room will smell like Vicks. I do not care. I love Vicks. I'm Spanish. Vicks cures everything.
Listen, I'm not going to cut you off, but I know we have 5 more minutes before the live kicks us off.
Yeah.
So I'm going to let everybody who is in here, we are going to come back at 6:40, and we're going to take it for a second part of this because I kind of want to get into the inside of the hospital. If it's not too much for you, I want to kind of walk through your lifestyle and what goes on in the hospital and certain things that you have to do, the social distancing in there, like a few questions that we actually have. So if anybody has any questions, we want you to send them in. We want you to put them in the comments. Show your love for Jannell. We love you. We salute you. We are grateful for you. Everybody tune back in at 6:40. We're going to go back live with Jannell and make sure that we get our part 2 because we want to know, the world wants to know about you, and we're so thankful having you, okay? So we'll see you in about 4 minutes.
4 minutes?
4 minutes. See you soon.
4 minutes.
All right, guys. Bye. Do you want to end your live?